The Dolphins drive back. They take the lead, and you know what's going to happen. 2 minutes left in the game, and here's Matty Ice, who they could have drafted, 15 years ago? Instead, Bill Parcells, the tuna, who has helped start the trend towards the bottom of the ocean, my friends.
Yep.
It was the tuna. It's all on the tuna. Why don't we go back to the tuna? Bill Parcells, we thought he was going to be the savior. Teams that are bad are always looking for saviors, and they believe that whoever the next incoming the guy is, whatever component that is, whether it's a coach, GM, owner, quarterback, a number one pick, a free agent signing, they always think, wow, this is going to be the guy. And it never is. More often than not, it turns out that guy is indeed the Mike Tannenbaum saboteur that buries your team. The Atlanta Falcons organization is always, it seems like, in some form of upheaval, is it not?
Oh, yeah.
So they come in here a disheveled mess, and here's Greer with what should be a very polished team 3 years after a tank job, loaded with all kinds of great new talent, and sparked by a fresh young quarterback who they had targeted all along to be the guy that was going to guide their fortunes. And I literally thought Deshaun Watson was going to start the fourth quarter. Right? Chris Greer's on the phone the entire first half. Hey, we'll take him. No, I don't care. Tell us the way to call me. Disaster. Lubie, I will say this. Offensive line wasn't horrendous in this game. I thought they were given ample time to throw the football. Am I wrong about that? And, they were able to run the ball.
They ran the ball well. They ran the ball well.
Yeah. So the offensive line was good. That's usually the first thing you point to when you're looking at a Dolphin loss. Tua wasn't half bad, although that one bozoic play.
That was bad.
They should have a separate category for that. Turnovers and then bozoic. And that's what that was, right? Where the guy just is getting annihilated as he throws a ball. And they really do. They invoke the infield fly roll. Okay, infield fly roll. Runners on second and third, man. What could be better than this? Morning, everybody. Great to be with you here. The Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. We've got the boys assembled, and essentially we are outside of the Hialeah Park Casino, and somehow we've managed to make it brighter outside with clear blue skies, even though a lot of you guys are right now ensconced under the cover of darkness. But good to have you with us for this edition of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. And by the magic of Jack Namer and the great people here at Ion Channel, ionchannel.com. I don't know why people can't figure this out. Do you get the same reaction? Let me introduce the crew to you, too, because here he is, and now living proof, because we have the overhead cam working on this gentleman here. And, people have compared his good looks on camera to Dennis Farina, a very handsome guy, especially when he was younger. And, of course, Ricardo Montalban often is a reference used in conjunction with the Polyman, but the man with the television hair, eclipsing that of even Teddy Bruschi at this point. The Polyman Paul Masel with us here. And always an adventure, Polyman. You had another psychotic episode this morning, but it's good to have you on the show. Thanks for dropping by. Good to see you, my friend.
I was around 60 to 1 to make it on time. And, for all my faults, which are many, I'm never late. I'm never late for anything. But just slipped under the wire today.
Yeah, and usually if you say you're going to be somewhere, you're definitely going to be there. And whenever you say you're 100% in on the show, I usually get that call about 10 o'clock at night when we were doing the show on Saturday, and Polyman would say, I'm 100% in. And then I'd be on my way down to Hialeah Park to do the program, and of course the phone would ring, and it was like, I'm 100% out. When the lights go out in the city. But good to have you here, Polyman. You're looking good. You look like a young man, a young Polyman representing Harvey Puckett out there at Calder Racecourse. What was that, circa 40 years ago, my friend?
40 years ago, 1981.
All right, very good. And Dave Gurgles Gurgley joins us here out in front of our casino shot of Hialeah Park. By the way, the doors to the casino will open up right behind us at 9 a.m.
Beautiful.
So you can roll right in there. Steve Calabro has these machines calibrated to the point where you almost can't lose, right? I mean, if you walk out of there and you lost money, just come back the next day. And, you have that same attitude at the racetrack after you take a hammer and go, I'll go get them tomorrow. And that's the way you can feel at the Hialeah Park Casino. But David, good to have you here. You are much more Magellan-like than the Polyman, and we're able to locate the studios here at Ion Channel far easier. Plus, you did the smart thing, like Mike Lubitz might, and did a little test run.
I did yesterday. I took a little ride out here. Your directions were
pretty feeble, yeah.
Very clear.
There's a sign, and then you'll see, like, if a dog crosses the road, you're almost there.
Not this right, the next right. And if there's a lady with a blue hat, make a left instead. But, I've ended up right.
It's like a Mark Lawrence trend.
But when I walked in this building, it is magnificent. These folks here have done a great job right here.
Well, it was top-notch organization, Ion Channel, and we wouldn't want to be anywhere else except, of course, and it looks like we are there at beautiful Hialeah Park.
It's so real that I saw the flamingo pass, and I had to wipe something off Paul's shoulder right here. Might be good luck. Who knows?
I think Jack's going to let is it a flock of, what are flamingos in? Are they in flocks? Because they've been outside here outside the studio door, and I think Jack's going to let a couple of them fly like he was doing his testa, and we're coming up on the feature race. But they do that after the 7th race, Hialeah Park?
Yes, after the 7th.
I always said, boy, these are the smartest flamingos on earth. Right when a horse passes the finish line in the 7th race, like clockwork, they
take off.
Take off. Little did I know there was a guy with a cesta chasing them. You know?
Throwing mackerel in there. Do they eat mackerel? That was the question of the day before. Of course, happy to be here, and also brought to you by Destination Sport Miami, many other fine people, Deal Volkswagen, Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill, Perdomo Cigars, and this is our first product placement.
There it is.
I believe, on any of our shows. Although we had that Facebook Live thing going there for a little while. That was an experiment that looked like it was going to gain some traction. I forget why it came to an end. The guy said, "Hey, what? I'm not getting paid for this?" No. Somehow that ended, and you had product placement in that also, Dave Gergley.
Yes, and I thought the first product placement was the bug spray you had on the way to Lubie's wedding reception.
You needed like an AK-47 to shoot down some of those insects that were flying around Lubie, and it was interesting because that's an omen, right? I mean, if I had seen this sign, I never would have tied the knot, even though I've done it 3 times, and it hasn't always worked out as well as I had hoped on my wedding day. But there were buzzards flying above the Lubie wedding there in Homestead. And they were looking ominously down on where the groom would be standing and saying things like, "Wah, wah, wah."
Well, if he can get through that, he can get through anything. So I think this is a good one for him.
All right, many things happening on the sporting scene, and we will be taking your telephone calls. You have a chance to win a Landlubbers Gift Certificate right here on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge on Ion Channel. And if you're out of town, you can send it to somebody that lives in South Florida. But all you have to do is dial us up. And the number's right there on your screen if you're viewing the program, 888-363-4467, 888-363-4467. We have multiple phone lines in use right now, so we can use the usual procedures that we've had in the past. What is it now, Paulie, man? 25 years on the program?
Yep, 25, quarter of a century, yep.
Quarter of a century. And, and you were inspired to do this many years ago with me when, as we've often said, and this is true, I found it to be true my whole life, desperation is the mother of invention.
Yes.
So here we are in front of the Hialeah Park Casino on the Ion Channel.
Remember, for 25 years, hold your wrist up towards the beer. Remember, for our 25th anniversary, the Defo gave us these watches.
Who needs to tell time? I mean, time is for guys in prison. That's about it. All right, so dial us up if you want to play, 888-363-4467. I know you're a diehard Yankee fan, but you're not a psychotic Yankee fan, and you're also not a Yankee fan that feels a sense of entitlement that every player should come to the Yankees. It's available in free agency. They were going to get Verlander, and that's a scratch. They probably thought they were going to get Syndergaard, but he ends up going to the Angels. Freddie Freeman is out there, but he's probably going to re-sign with the Braves. And then Carlos Correa seems to be the one guy that all circles, all factions agree might end up becoming a New York Yankee. Although he might have damaged his chances a little bit by saying that Derek Jeter
sucks. How could he say
well, he's
that?
not going to be a Marlin. We know that. That was probably a cash prohibitive thing. But, I mean, could you make it any worse for yourself if you were going to be a player from another out-of-town team that was going to come to New York and try and make your claim to fame? I don't know that you could have put any more of an onus on yourself to,
Right.
Get off to just either a blazing star to make everybody forget. And cursing Derek Jeter's ability to play the field. I mean, that's absolute blasphemy in New York City.
Let's face it, at shortstop, Derek Jeter wasn't an Ozzie Smith, let's say. And then later in his career, they came with all these numbers that he moves 1.2 seconds slower than anyone else to his left. And I got to tell you what, the ball was hit to shortstop. It was an out. It was that simple. He got everything. It was solid, rock solid, never no big errors.
Ball wasn't going to be crawling up his arm there, and then he
got
gives a stupid
everything.
looks in his glove after and blames the Rawlings people and sues them. Wasn't like that.
Ground ball or shortstop, you were toast. It was that simple.
Deep in the hole, he had the jump throw, and then a very clever player, as evidenced by that play in the playoffs against the Oakland A's, when he dashes across the first base line near home plate, does a behind the back, like an Earl Monroe pass, and gets a guy, nails a guy at the plate that turned out to be, it was obviously a crucial run.
You remember me telling you, right? We mentioned this many times that we called one other when the Yankees were making a move in his first year, and I said, wow, this rookie is in the middle of everything.
Yes,
remember me
you
telling
said
you?
he was the ultimate catalyst.
This rookie is like, like I said.
I think you said everything good that happens to the Yankees, this guy is a part of.
Yes.
So that was the story. So Carlos Correa opens up a big mouth. He's on some Hispanic podcast with another former ball player. And, he says that Jeter didn't deserve any of the Gold Gloves, that this whole thing was a sham. Almost like the election steal. I mean, he was running around like Donald Trump saying Jeter was no good. He went on to say, though, and this part wasn't really reported that heavily, that the Bambino was a slap hitter who only benefited from the short right field porch. And that's why they put the thing out there at like 297. If the stick wasn't right there, he would have had like 6 home runs a year. And nobody would have ever heard of him. He also said that Lou Gehrig was in actuality fragile and was a hangnail away from ending the consecutive game streak after 62 games because he was such a crybaby. He wanted out of the lineup, and he even denounced the "I'm the luckiest man on the face of the earth" speech, saying that what credibility did that have? For God's sake, the guy had cancer.
And I think he also said that Yogi Berra is easy to understand.
Yes.
Yeah, so,
he said that New York pizza was no better than Papa John's.
I think the Yankees reading and everything that they got interest in Corey Seager from the Dodgers, then maybe he'll be able to move to third base in a year or two because they got 2 super duper shortstop prospects, that are supposedly the real deal. Anthony Volpe, and I believe the other guy is Waldo Peraza or something like that. But so maybe that's the move, and plus a lefty hitter also.
This guy won't be able to get on a Staten Island ferry and try and make his way to another borough.
Little questions now about that maybe his back has been hurting the last.
He also said that Carlos Beltran was a better drummer than John Goodvine Spano and had much more of a musical message than anybody in the history of rock and roll. And then he denounced the New York Philharmonic, said Phil Linz made better music. Phil Harmonic, you get that?
Yeah, we get it.
All right. That was a weak attempt at humor. The special session is going on. Does anybody understand? And the people at Hialeah Park are going to be a part of this. We can't wait to make these announcements. But does anybody understand? I thought that DeSantis was finally doing the right thing and calling a special session. Never mind these mandates and whether we should have them or not. Just go get the shot, right? That would be our attitude. But here we are, 3 fools on stools, a.k.a. the geezers at Caesars. And that's what I thought he was calling a special session for, to straighten out the gambling thing once and for all. And that they would all have a big party and turn the Capitol building there into a sports book and start making wagers, which also has become a very, very risky proposition. Not that it wasn't before, but I think even more so now. Because I don't know, Paulie, man, what are you hearing? You're like Adam Schefter when it comes to this sort of stuff. I mean, are the officials now being paid by FanDuel directly and influencing games in that fashion? Because it seems like, especially with this roughing the passer call, that, my God, how can you possibly think that these games are on the level at this point?
Yeah, it's so tough. Chalk held up there for weeks. I think Vegas was actually
just a tease to get everybody, roped in, right?
Now
it's like that first vial of cocaine is free.
Now it's fell back into the normal NFL. That it really is true any given Sunday, right? That I tell you what, some unbelievable upsets, and NFL is so tough to figure.
Or any given Thursday. Look at the Ravens-Dolphins game. I had 120 Ravens fans staying with us at Shula's Hotel, 3 busloads to go to the game, all retired firefighters, paramedics, wonderful people. And I had a golf tournament Friday, and I refused to give them rental sets because I was afraid they'd break their clubs after Thursday's game.
That was ugly and inexplicable, as was Jacksonville and the Bills. And then before that, Jets and Cincinnati. Now the Jets and Dolphins play, and that used to be a big deal. And you would, I've been saying this all week long, you'd be able to flip open a microphone on a Monday. Lubie would say, yeah, you got a board full of calls. You got a board full of calls. You going to take them, or you're just going to talk all day? And you would open up the phone lines, and it would be one guy after another from one side or the other, almost on an equal basis, ripping either New York or South Florida, the Jets or the Dolphins. The most common line was, and this is not really true, but it's close to it, that the Jets' last big game was in 1969.
Wow.
I mean, is that the ultimate comeback, to any Jet fan? You had to deal with this, though, Gurgles. Did you not have Jet fans staying at Shula's? Or were they banned?
By all means, the Jets fans stay with us. And in fairness to the Jets fans, when they get in those fights at the stadium, I think they're always started by Dolphin fans that throw something at the Jets fans. The Jets throw something back, and all the Dolphin fans, look, security, go get those guys. But the Jets fans, I got no problem with them at all. The only bad recollection is that big game in '69 is when my former boss, the late, great Don Shula, was on the losing end of that game.
Yes, that was an impossibility. But at the time, being a Jet fan and working at Shea that year, it was a magical season all the way around on many fronts. I thought, wow, 17.5 points. They can do this, and there were very few believers in the AFL back then. So, and a lot of people argue whether Joe Willie should be in the Hall of Fame just for being the catalyst. There you go again with your Derek Jeter. In the transition from, bringing about the merger to now having what the NFL is today, you would have to say that that was Hall of Fame worthy, just having won that game that really kind of turned people's minds around.
So if this guy can throw for 4,000 yards, if he can lead the Jets to that Super Bowl, if he can come out and say he guarantees it at the Miami Dolphins Touchdown Club luncheon, why do they have to put his words up when he's doing a Medicare commercial? I don't understand that. I understand.
I don't think that's in regards to translation. I think it's for the fact that the people that are watching the commercial that might be inclined to call also can't hear. Right? Because they're kind of telling you that if you go ahead with this supplement. But now everybody's doing one of those Medicare supplement ads, right? Theismann, of course, horned in on one, as he wasn't going to let that category go. And even George Foreman.
No kidding.
Who, actually looks younger than he did when he was involved, in the Rumble in the Jungle there. But George Foreman is now an advocate for one of these supplements, which I believe to be right in the same category, perhaps, as the reverse mortgage.
Except that with this new format, I think we'd be perfect candidates to have them across
we
the
look
bottom.
like we need some help.
Yes,
that's
why
for
not
sure.
us? We're the demographic. We all belong. I think this should be scrolled across the bottom. So if you're out there, Medicare companies, call us.
All right, and call us, too, if you want to play the game. We'll get that started here. 2 games on tap of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. 888-363-4467. 888-363-4467. If you want to play the game, you can dial us up right now and get on board there. Lubie's going to be taking your calls. He's kind of out of the picture here. OOP, my favorite designation in any racing program, out of picture at the dog races. And yet very much a factor on the show. And they'll be grabbing your telephone calls. You can dial us up, 888-363-4467. This is also tantamount because next Thursday is Thanksgiving, and I would imagine, I don't know that we got any official word on this from Jack Namer. Is he one of those guys that's inclined to have people working on Thanksgiving? No.
He doesn't seem like that, no.
It's a benevolent soul. Take Thursday off. Take Friday off, too. That's going to be great. So we'll have a couple of special events, I guess, coming up next week. So this is, in essence, our Thanksgiving Day special. And Gurgles, I know you wanted to address this as you're who doesn't like Thanksgiving, right? Of all the holidays, it happens to be my personal favorite.
Right. And just on a side note, when my mother, and I know you lost your mom too, when my mother was alive, I remember going up to surprise her in Allentown, Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving. But I'm one of these wise guys. I know that Wednesday is the busiest travel day before Thanksgiving. So I decided to fly out Thanksgiving morning. I'm the smartest guy in the world. No traffic. Get to Fort Lauderdale Airport. Beautiful. No parking. But I made it work. But now, for all of our listeners, and this is your perfect demographic, these are the 7 reasons that you would call it a degenerate Thanksgiving Day. Number 1, you bet on who of your 45-year-old ex-high school buddies will be the first to pull a hamstring on the football game you play every Thanksgiving morning. Number 2, you take the oath. You take the under in a battle with your 80-year-old grandmother on the wishbone break, and she wins. Number 3, in the Macy's Day Parade on your degenerate Thanksgiving, you lay odds that the Bullwinkle balloon would be the first to blow away. Number 4, you take the under on which quarter of the 4 o'clock game your uncle unbuttons his pants. Number 5, on Thanksgiving night, on degenerate Thanksgiving, while watching It's a Wonderful Life for the umpteenth time, you bet on what Mr. Potter did with the $8,000 that Uncle Billy lost at the bank. Number 6, your uncle plays a video of the 1973 Belmont Stakes and you backwheel Secretariat. Number 7, you start a pool to see which of the 8 female relatives say, let's go to Walmart for the 10 p.m. opening. And those are your degenerate ones. And this one I forgot. You sit down with your 5-year-old niece and lose $20 to her while playing Candy Crush on her phone. So those are some degenerate things on Thanksgiving Day you can celebrate next week.
I guess we're going to dodge this one too. Thanksgiving tradition. It's actually the day after, and that would be Black Friday, where and it's always just a shame. I mean, it's odd that this happens every year somewhere in New York City when they open up the Best Buy or one of these electronics stores. Some poor schmank that just wanted to make an extra $15 an hour for the holidays so he could buy his kid some kind of video game gets mowed down by the mob that comes in because they open the doors, and it's just like I wish you had been with me at that Pepino Cuevas fight when they busted down the doors there at the Olympic Auditorium and stormed the place. And guys were getting trampled like they were at this concert, right? But it's always some poor schmo, right? The story, it's never the store owner. They just throw a guy out there, very much like in one of your favorite movies, Russell Crowe in The Gladiator. He always had another guy who would go, okay, Joe, you go out there first, right? And that guy would get...
That is not one of my favorite movies.
You would get smacked in the face by a spiked steel ball, blood spurting out all over the place, and then Crow would hop out there and go, ta-da! Take that, Caesar. Stick it right up that lion's rear end. I don't have a problem with that. I'll fight him off with my fists. No problem whatsoever. All right, Polyman, whose birthday is it? Is this what you wrote down on the sheet here? Birthday gift?
No,
What is that?
had some gentlemen that I know. They were met them at I think Hialeah years ago and everything. Not that long ago, much younger than me, but they were talking about the maddest their wives ever got at them. And one was trying to you could probably get right in there with some stories. But this was a pretty funny story, and this was recent, maybe 10 years ago, 8, 9 years ago. The one gentleman was saying that that their song, him and his wife's song, was John Legend, all of me loves all of you.
Right.
So he tells someone that he set up this big thing that he's going to have someone sing the song to his wife. Don't say nothing. So the other guy tells his wife, but lost in translation, he tells the wife that John Legend himself is going to sing the song.
Boy.
So what happens? The wife can't hold it in, goes to the other guy's wife, whose party it is,
right,
and says, "I swear to secrecy. I don't want to blow your party to surprise everything, but it's too exciting. I don't want you to faint. John Legend is coming to sing all your song, All of Me." And he said, "How could?"
Which I hear he'll do that, and he does bar mitzvahs also. This guy.
And so, how could this be? Well, maybe your husband got more connections than you think, and this and that. So she was so excited. So they went there, and part of the joke was they brought what's it called? A little person?
Yeah. Yes.
Diminutive person, yeah.
A midget?
Yeah, you could say
little
that.
person.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's
a little,
probably in poor
little
taste.
person who was just
challenged.
like Pinky Lee or
well, would midget wrestlers
or
even
Luke
be
Costello,
acceptable
yes.
today? I don't think so.
But that's who came out and sang the song, part of a gag. So the wife didn't like it because she was really expecting
John Legend.
Right.
So she threw the whole pot of rigatoni and broccoli at the husband and actually led to divorce.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that might be a favorable move then, to go ahead and convince your wife that John Legend was coming over.
It's one thing, John
Rumor
Legend.
has it she ran away with the midget then.
Yeah.
Before he made it big, though, he was doing these kind of gigs because I remember I was emceeing an event that Chris Visser set me up with at the Wellington Polo Club, whatever that is. They were having a polo match there that day. And then they were having some kind of charity auction. And John Legend, I don't know what they had to pay this guy to come out there. It came out there and sang like 2 songs.
Is this serious? Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. This is probably circa 20 years ago. But I don't know. He was already kind of a known commodity. And I'm thinking, what is this schlep doing? He's coming out here to do like Sweet 16s, Kinsey parties. I mean, you know, I would imagine there was plenty of capital to pay this guy, whatever his fee was from the Polo Club there at Wellington. Would you like another Chardonnay here, Paulie, man? But no, then it became huge after that, right? I mean, there's nothing that John Legend is not a part of at this point.
By the way, I suppose if they use the number to get in the show, 1-888-363-4467, if they want us to do something like that, one of us would do it.
Oh, no, we'd be happy to record a phone message for you or whatever it is. I mean, we definitely need the capital here, although I'm going to walk inside the Hialeah Park Casino when it opens up at 9 o'clock and the show's finished, and you know, try and make myself a score.
Why not?
Orchestrated by Steve Calabro. All right, the product placement is brilliant. Dave Gurgles Gurgley, how long have you been endorsing Perdomo cigars? And you're not just one of these guys that you know, does the endorsement and then just throws a box of cigars at somebody else. You're an avid smoker of Perdomo cigars.
Perdomo Cigars at 5150 Northwest 167th Street. It has been 25 years with Nick as well. Back in, 96 or something like that, we had a humidor right in Shula's Steak 2. It was called the All-Star Cafe back then, and before they changed some of the laws anyway. And Perdomo came in and he said, "Those are my cigars." I said, "Listen, I can tell people about it on the radio." He said, "What about it?" I told them all about it, and now they're really thrilled with us being on Ion Channel, so we can do things like this. You can be thrilled too by going there at 5150 Northwest 167th Street on the Palmetto, just a little bit east of the Home Depot on the south side of the street. You'll see the big Nick Cigar and Perdomo Cigar sign. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Go in there. Lauren, Nick's son, Nick Jr., is now the hostess right there. It's a 4th generation of making these Cuban seed tobacco cigars grown in Nicaragua as perfect as they are. So you can get them Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll be closed Thanksgiving Day, but open Black Friday. Just stay away from that Branch Mart traffic on that same road there. And if you want to get one when they're not open, not a problem. Any tobacconist near you worth their salt will have them. Go online at www.perdomocigars.com. This right here is the 10th anniversary champagne. A really beautiful smoke. Whether you want a Connecticut, Maduro wrapper, whatever you want, they make them perfect at a time. Put something great in your mouth with a cigar from Perdomo Cigars. And I'll get in touch with Lubie maybe tomorrow and give a Perdomo cigar for the weekend.
That'd be great.
Horse for the weekend.
A horse of the day. Yeah, that'd be great. And now the thing is, I thought you were going to give away a cigar as part of the thing. It would be like a Red Auerbach victory cigar. You could light it up if you win the game. So jump on board. We'll get game number 1 started. We'll have 2 games of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge as we come to you from what appears to be right outside the casino doors here at beautiful Hialeah Park. 888-363-4467. The doors open up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and people are winning jackpots. There's nothing better. Did you ever? Yeah, you probably did many times in your lifetime, Paulie, man. Make a late score before the holidays at some pari-mutuel facility, right? There was nothing better. I remember when Silent Night won the finale on Christmas Eve at Calder Racecourse one year, and there wasn't any. The horse should have been 60-1, went off 2-1, and jogged. And you're thinking there are always 2 ominous signs from the gods of gambling around the holidays that if you know how to read them, you can benefit.
One of my biggest scores was actually when a Calder was running on Christmas Day years ago, and I was living on the west coast of Florida at the time, and I called, and the operator told me that Naples Fort Myers was closed. So I drove all the way across the state because I had a horse to Palm Beach Kennel Club. And thank God the horse won after that long ride and everything. And then I came back and found that Naples Fort Myers was open. It was open. So thank God it won. And it was the last race of the day. I remember early in the day, I needed to win a place photo. The horse was ridden by Rosie Homeister Jr.
Yeah.
Then to get me to keep me going. So that was one of the biggest scores I ever made. But speaking of the holidays, we talked about maybe 100 times on the show. If you remember, of course, Argentine Tango was the day after Christmas.
Oh wow.
That was an awful, why do you have to bring up an awful reminder like that before the holidays here in 2021? All right, dial us up if you want to play. I do remember the last birthday gift I gave of any significance, kind of, I don't want to say it blew up in my face because let's face it. I mean, happiness is a relative term, but I bought a ring off the Jaybird. Had to go into some neighborhood that was not necessarily a place that you would normally want to frequent, and we found a guy who knew a guy who could get me a piece of jewelry for like $1,000. So I mean, instead of going to one of those places, they have these stores where you can get who is it? The Jane Seymour. Is she the one that's like 100 years old but looks like she's 35, and she's always selling that? They couldn't complete whatever it was, whatever jeweler she was working with, so they call it the open heart.
Yes.
And she's selling that. It's like a dime a pop, man. I don't know what it has in it, cubic zirconium or what. I don't want to denounce it, but you can go to one of these stores, and which I'm not inclined to go to any stores anyway, and buy one of these for a dime, or you could go see a character like the Jaybird, and he made some, I would have to say, very favorable jewelry deals for me over the years, right? Where what's the first move you make after a friend tells you got you a great deal on a piece of jewelry, a diamond or something? You go have it appraised right away, and you're figuring how badly did this guy short me? But anyway, so he had an assortment of things, none of which really or anything that I really wanted to get. I mean, he had like a bracelet. I already got her one of those. He had a necklace. I already got her one of those. So earrings, I got her one of those. So all he had that was really good was a ring. And I was meaning to give this as a birthday gift, but naturally I knew as soon as she opened it up, that was it. And we were like married the next day. And I would have to say, well, we're still married. Let's
all right.
very, very happily so, Polyman, as you know, and Gurgles. Often
I
high praise for the
that was
Mustang.
a beautiful ring too.
Very nice and worth more than I paid for it, I believe, to this day, which, is not always necessarily going to be the case. And jewelry deals might be worse than drug deals. No, I mean, what would you say? You can really get hosed. I don't know if you've ever gotten taken to the cleaners on a jewelry deal, only to find out that, you bought like a 25-cent piece of jewelry for like $2,500.
Right.
But no, and I know nothing about it. So, it was very good, the instincts of the Jaybird, but years later, that thing probably cost me about $500,000. It would take almost that to get out. That's for sure. All right, dial us up if you want to play. We'll have game number 1 started. No, I love you, Mustang. You're the greatest. 888-363-4467. Lubie's taking your telephone calls. You can line up here on Ion Channel. Glad you guys are catching us in front of the Hialeah Park Casino. It is absolutely a thing of beauty, and the symmetry, the merging. I mean, this is almost, something, a matter of the occult, how they were able to completely put in perfect symmetry the old Hialeah Park and the new Hialeah Park and have it just be a seamless blend of history and present and future. Just a great job by the people at Hialeah Park, one of the great casinos anywhere in the country, and soon to have, if we can figure this out, sports wagering.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's coming soon here to Hialeah Park as well. All right, we're coming back with game number 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge here on Ion Channel. We have Dave Gurgly. I told you he was a natural for this, right? I mean, the green screen thing. The Polyman, Paul Massell. He of the television here. I'm Jeff Deforrest. Lubie's at the controls taking your calls. 888-363-4467 here on Ion Channel. Back with game number 1. This week's the special Thanksgiving edition of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge in a moment. Now that
The time.
it's 7:30.
Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not, because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen.
Since day one of Old School, we've had Catholic Health Services be part of our family. They are recognized as the quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat 24/7. Catholic Health Services.
Oh, Solo Volante will be coming late. Oh, Solo Volante, the Belmont's now 1.8 miles. The finish line is coming up quick. Luca Panici, just switch the stick.
The only way to get your morning started is with Defo, joined by Lubie, right here on the Defo Show.
Welcome back to the show. Good to have you with us. The Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Jeff Deforrest got the Polyman Paul Massell and the great Dave Gergley. Happy to be on board. The show brought to you in part by Destination Sport Miami. You can dial us up if you want to play. Lubie's working on things there at 888-363-4467. Game number 1 about to get started. 888-363-4467. If you'd like to play, we have a Landlubbers Gift Certificate we're giving away. Lenny has about 300 of those, and who knows, he may add to his collection today as one of the all-time perennial champions of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. This is important, Paulie, man. I know you were on your way with various medical things that are happening to you, and you had a lot of questions about Medicare coverage and things like that. Health insurance is now open enrollment. It's already begun. That happened as of November 1st. And at HST Insurance, these are people that understand, Paulie, man, how confused this whole issue can be and how confused a guy can get. So they can help you navigate your options, whether you're looking for yourself or for your family, Paulie, man, or even for a friend. I got a guy who needs some insurance. We have a plan for you. Our trusted advisors can find a plan that meets your needs. You can call the good people at HST Insurance today at 855-282-8022, 855-282-8022. All right, dial us up if you want to play. How are we looking on that front there, Mike Lubie? It's 888-363-4467. This will be game number 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Once again, Hialeah Park, all kinds of great things going on there. I can't wait. I hope you guys will come with me. I don't know if, you work at nights over there at Magic City sometimes, Paulie, man, but the boxing is coming up and coming back in January. And it was a great venue. You know me. I mean, a huge boxing fan, and I love when the venue is just right for things. And you're thinking, well, how's this going to work at Hialeah? And it's just fantastic. And goes straight back in the stands there, and the ring is right there by the track apron. And sensational fights. The Cuban fans really get stirred up, and it's going to be like all Cuban, not just rising stars, but some real established stars. There are a couple of guys on the boxing scene coming from Cuba now that are really, really red hot in the game. And many of them going to be featured on this card at Hialeah Park. So very excited about that.
I was there the last time, and it was a terrific show. I remember the boxing. Wow, with a big press conference a couple of days before, and then that night.
Guys shoving each other, all kinds of crazy stuff.
I can
kill you, I kill your mother.
I was there the one time when a good friend, Ramiro Ortiz, I believe, right?
Real boxing expert.
And he didn't have some people in show, and he had me bringing the water to the corner. I had water buckets to the corner. I was sponging the fighters off. So after the second round, I just kept on with it and told the guy, "You got a jab mark. Yeah, jab mark. Come with an overhand."
You look like you could be like in the corner with Lou Duva. In fact, they might think you were Lou himself.
He actually had me with bringing water buckets.
That's funny.
To the corner, and let me sponge them off. Okay.
You guys ready to play the game?
Yes, sir.
Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. This will be game number 1. 888-363-4467. 888-363-4467. Mike Lubitz, kind of a silent partner in the program today. He's making a lot of money on the side, this kid, somehow. By
Good for him.
A silent partner. I think that would have been our best quest in life if we had pursued it. If you could do anything other than what you did in your life, being a silent partner wouldn't be a bad thing. So Lubie's in that role, and he's taking your calls at 888-363-4467. Let's begin the game. Game number 1 in the traditional fashion here on ION Channel with the Polyman Paul Massell and some
Easy Baseball. With the potential of a 60-game baseball season last year because of the pandemic, this gambler who bet the Florida Marlins to win over 64.5 games said, "Wow, the Marlins could go undefeated and I still lose my bet." Frank Cameron, James Cameron, Cameron Love, or Cameron City?
All right, going to roll the random phone scrambler here and select our first player. And we have Photo. Photo, you're on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Good morning, Photo. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, morning, guys. I guess I'll go with A.
Very good.
Wow.
We're off to a rocking start here.
100%.
Photo dialing us up.
Got a true or false? Baseball, true or false? The CC in CC Sabathia stands for Charles Cameron. True or false?
False.
I'm going to say that's true. Okay, it is false. Very good.
Karsten Charles.
All right, so you have the point. Very good. All right, 2 for 2, Photo. Going for 5 points here. Here's your 3-point question.
Football, New England Patriot quarterback Mac Jones won the national championship at Alabama in 2020, though he originally committed to what school or to Auburn, Kentucky, Texas, or Mississippi State?
Kentucky.
It's correct.
Oh, well done.
Oh, wait a minute, guys. First guy on board here. He gets on
Kiss
the
of death. He's
call
not
because
sweep.
he wins on the
sweep.
scrambler, and he's got 5 points here. He's answered every question correctly. Unbelievable, Polyman.
Football. Last season, Pittsburgh Steelers rookie receiver Chase Claypool became the first Steeler rookie to have 4 touchdowns in a game since Willie Parker, Roy Jefferson, John Henry Johnson, or Rashad Mendenhall?
I'll say Jefferson.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You got to be kidding
Wow,
me,
is this game
Polyman.
this easy?
Wow.
Did the people at ION Channel just feed the answers to this guy? We don't want to put the
Wow.
game in any kind of question or, be subject to
Not the easiest question.
congressional scrutiny by any means. All right, a sweeperoo for Photo. So that probably,
Wow.
I mean, you would have to think that that's going to guarantee him a spot in the finals here, but still remains wide open to get there. And who will challenge for the championship of game number 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge? Dial us up if you want to play at 888-363-4467. 888-363-4467. If you'd like to play game number 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. That's a little weird to have a sweeper right off the bat. Here, and it doesn't happen that often. Very tough set of questions, too. I don't know that that would have been any easy thing to navigate. So congratulations to Photo for sweeping the board there. with our first set of questions. All right, ready? More players online, 888-363-4467 if you'd like to play the game. And we go to Dave Gurgley for our next set of questions. David.
All right, sports. This football and basketball player, and then later coach, said, when I went to Catholic high school in Philadelphia, we just had one coach for football and the same coach for basketball. How did he decide who played where? Well, he took all of us who turned out and had us run through a forest. The ones that made it played basketball. The ones that ran into the trees run the football team. What's that? George Raveling, George Carlin, George Goebel, or Barnes and Noble?
All right, here's the random phone scrambler once again to select our next player. And we have Ron. Ron, you're on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, fellas. Let's go with A.
Well done, Ron.
A is correct. Nice job. All right. So far, we haven't had a question that anybody's gotten wrong.
All right, sports again, Ron. With Jeopardy now having maybe a permanent host in Ken Jennings, the one-time guest host, Dave Faber, who hosted Jeopardy, while earning his degree at Tufts University, played first base for the varsity baseball team. True or false?
Let's go false.
It is false.
It is false.
Well done. You sniffed that one out.
Ron, man. They're just mowing us down here today on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. 2 for 2, going for 5.
All right, football. Who is credited with the first ever land ball leap? Well, we know that. The first ever land ball leap was done by Leroy Butler, but it was on a play when someone else recovered a fumble and lateraled it to him. Who lateraled that ball to Leroy Butler on his way to the first ever Lambeau loop? Wayne Simmons, Reggie White, John Jerkovich, or George Kuntz?
John Jerkovich.
How about Reggie White, the late, great Reggie White?
All right, difficult one, but still a shot here, Ron, to get 7 points and move into firm grip on second place, especially since we've had 2 players so far.
Baseball, Ron. As a member,
he was going to end up there anyway, right? After this session. Go ahead.
You backwheel him. As a member of the 1979 We Are Family Pittsburgh Pirates.
We are family. What's the next line of that song? Pack up all my children and me? What is that? What is it? You know, Polyman?
No, I don't.
That's my next question.
Yeah.
Okay. As a member of the 79 World Series Pittsburgh Pirates, who was the winning pitcher in Game 7 of that World Series?
Good question.
Steve Blass, Jim Bibby, Ken Tekulve, or Grant Jackson?
Let's go B.
I was going to go Steve Blass.
No, how about the little lefty Grant Jackson won it? Ex-Philly.
Little Grant Jackson
Yes.
coming in here. All right, Ron ends up with 2 points, not a qualifying total for the finals, although we may have to circle back to him. You can jump on board if you'd like to play. This is game 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge here on Ion Channel and in full splendor in front of the Hialeah Park Casino, which opens up 9 o'clock every morning, I think 3 a.m. On the weekdays and 5 a.m. on the weekends, the operating hours. So plenty of time to get in action there. All your favorite Vegas-style games. Of course, great food and drink all over the place. Have to get the Gambling Gourmet down there, although he's had the Cuban sandwich there at the Little Havana Cafe.
Oh, the Medianoche.
But what's great, like we come by, remember that, Paulie, man? We went by to bet like the Preakness or something over there, and there's Gurgles. He's in one of his individual booths, and, you know, he's focused when he's at the racetrack. You would have to say this is a man who is genuinely focused. And what are they bringing him? Pheasant under glass, right to his table there. So you can get everything from a hot dog to any of the fanciest, schmanciest stuff that you can imagine. And it's all great and all at reasonable prices. So great food and drink at all the concessions there at Hialeah Park. Champion Simulcasting Room is open Thursday through Sunday. That's fantastic. And, of course, the poker room, it's Johnny Chan time in there. They really know how to run the poker room.
And get ready. Get ready,
Hialeah
for simulcasting the day before Thanksgiving, which I'm not sure if they'll be open, but the Friday after they are. Tampa Bay opens. Tampa Bay Downs with their infamous.
What opens the day after
Pick
Christmas?
5.
Santa Anita.
Santa Anita, that's right.
Nobody knows the next line in Oye Como Va either. You know that actually your Fernando at the bar finally clued me into it because I've been asking that question forever. It's Oye Como Va mi ritmo. But nobody knew that, right? It was just like Oye Como Va.
Oh, we were singing, and we were singing Oye Como Va Miramati. Wow, no wonder we had.
We were singing Oye Ve Como Va. All right, dial us up if you want to play. We've got Photo with 10 points. He's in the lead. Probably a lock to make the finals. 888-363-4467 here on Ion Channel. It's the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Paulie, man, how's this highlight thing going over there at Magic City, by the way?
3 days left to this season. This year's season ends up the great Douglas has opened up a 2-length lead, 60 wins. So he has a 2-length lead.
Who's running second?
Ben has 58 and Julian has 57. So it's really quite a battle. Douglas is just one of the greatest players. Just phenomenal.
One of the days we can see it again?
Where does kid come from,
Good.
Douglas, by the way?
He
Where was he?
he was
was like a track star or something.
No, he was a great sought-after baseball player that Vanderbilt drafted, and he threw his
He had a
arm
good
out,
motion. Yeah.
Wow.
And his brother, I would say the second best player down
What was it? The splitter that did him in?
is his younger brother, Benny. I think they're 1-2. Benny just turned 18 this season, and they won the doubles championship. And of course, next year, as we said, coming with the closing of Dania Hialeah, a lot of the players or some of the better players are going to come over.
Wow, that'll make interesting.
By us, so it will be interesting for sure. And plus, up by me, by the sports club, we got something going every day. A football toss, you can win $100 on Saturday and Sunday. And Sunday, these players have been tremendous. We give them the games, the 1 o'clock games with the spread. They got to pick 3, and it's so hard to pick a parlay, no less than 3-team parlay. I was just reading a story, but week after week, 1 week we had 24 winners, 7 winners, 9 winners, 9 winners. Last week only 1 winner, but it's a great game. People really like it. Pick 3 games versus the spread, and win $100. So of course the poker room going fantastic. The slot machine's fantastic. The great Scott Savin, Magic City Casino.
The innovator, man, came up with this plan there. It seemed ridiculous. It really did. I have to say, I love Savin. He's been a very loyal and faithful backer of many of our ventures over the years there with whatever organization he was associated with. And he's usually running the show, Savin. That's a good thing about him. And yet comes up with this idea, and you're looking at it, it really looked like a disaster. So I'm happy to see that it's prospered and kept a game that was, indicative of the fact that you were here in Miami. Highlight was brilliant back in the day and as much fun to watch as any sport.
And by the way, they did something, I think all of us are not that familiar with current social media, but they did something. Young lady V right behind me did something on Hialeah, and it went on TikTok. And in 6 days, in less than a week, they had 50,000 followers, 7 million views, and 1 million likes.
Wow. Are you listening, Jack?
Yeah. Wow.
There we go. That's how we do this thing. Lubie, you got that down? TikTok. All right.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of TikTok, if time is ticking away and you don't have good health insurance, or you're not understanding totally what your coverage is. You were asking me the other day, I could have gotten there for free. Are you kidding me? If you're trying to identify the most affordable health insurance plan, and it can get really pricey, let's face it, finding health insurance can be very, very complicated. HST Insurance can help you out. Whether you're looking for yourself or your family, they have a plan for you, and their trusted advisors can find a plan that meets your needs, no matter how idiosyncratic they may be. I can only go to the doctor on Tuesday in Plantation. Call today, 855-282-8022. That's 855-282-8022, and let the people at HST Insurance help you out with the plan that they can find specifically for your needs. All right. You can dial us up if you want to play. I mean, the challenge is on here, the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, Paulie, man. 888-363-4467. Lubie's taking your calls here. He's off on the side today. I don't know if he's happy about it. What do you think? He's one of those guys who wants to be in the game. So, Lubie, part of the equation, though. 888-363-4467 here on Ion Channel, Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, immersed in game number 1, a Landlubbers Gift Certificate to be given away on today's show. Who knows what the future may bring? Perhaps a car. You just never know. Don't want to promise that, though. But nonetheless, you can go to Landlubbers and have yourself a great meal with a gift certificate if you win the game. And you have the dignity and the distinction of being a winner here. It's almost like going to the Hall of Fame, being a winner here on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. So jump on board, 888-363-4467. And we'll continue game number 1 and have a second game for you here on Ion Channel in a moment. Now that.
The time.
It is time to get some winners going.
7:54.
Play the ponies in style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine food served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style. And you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette, in Hialeah Park's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Hialeah Park.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not, because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo, Even Keel Fish Shack. You know that's a gambling gourmet favorite. It's right there at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard and that hopping corner of Lauderdale by the Sea. Even Keel Fish Shack. It has all the great seafood that you want. They also have some other things for landlubbers, but they're known for their oysters, grilled oysters, daily specials. Fish and chips are great. It's elevated yet casual seafood. Even Keel Fish Shack. Our friends Brad and Dave and Deborah, they know how to get it done. A1A and Commercial, Lauderdale by the Sea. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo sent you.
Recently, we realized it's not just hurricane season that can hurt us. Any time of year, things can happen to your home or business. And the insurance company can be your friend, but they also can be your enemy. Horizon Public Adjusters, Justina Testa, are here for you to help this process go so much easier. Before you call the insurance company, call Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa at 954-809-8752. Would you go into court without an attorney? So why would you go up against an insurance company without Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa? 7 to 10 times more money recovered with a public adjuster than if you went on your own. If there's no recovery, there's no fee. Give them a call at 954-809-8752. Why go up against insurance companies alone? You can have Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa on your side.
Hire Lisa Taus and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen.
Jerry Bailey, Jerry Bailey, Jerry Bailey. Jerry, can you win one tonight? Come on and win one. Make that horse move faster. Win one. Come on, it's been a disaster. Win one. I need some dough right now. Win one. Jerry Bailey, can you win one, please? Jerry Bailey.
The morning just isn't right without Defo. We now return to the Defo Show.
Welcome back to the show. Great to have you on board for the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Now, Thursdays from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time across the United States and across the world. I understand we're gathering a lot of steam in Asian countries for some reason. And that Manny Pacquiao has been talking us up also on his move to become the president. Can you imagine this guy? I mean, he came out of nowhere, literally. Now he's going to be like the president of the Philippines.
Right.
Pretty incredible. Lasted a long, long time in the ring. Maybe, I don't know. This guy's head had to be made out of granite, huh? Because if you go all the way back to those fights that he had against, Barrera and El Terrible, Morales, Eric Morales, the guy was getting like pounded on then. That was like 30 years ago. I remember catching him on the undercard of a fight, a De La Hoya fight, when he was fighting some stiff. And everybody said, who the hell is that guy? And he became known as the Filipino. I don't even
Wow.
know if you could call him that today, right?
Right.
But known as the Filipino, and it was like, this Filipino, he can really fight, and he knocked out a guy who had never lost a fight, one of these monsters out of Ghana, and so who knew he was going to become president of his country someday? Just incredible, right? We're immersed in game number 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. You can dial us up at 888-363-4467 here on On Channel, and having a fabulous time in front of the Hialeah Park Casino, which the doors open up in short order, and it's just going to be absolutely great in there all day long. Because are we supposed to get some inclement weather? I mean, how do you find gambling on a rainy day? A rainy day. I mean, how do you feel about that, Paulie, man? You are the master of the
Please,
slop, right?
And the only thing I told you I will give myself credit for is that I think you'd have to search far and wide to find a better slop handicapper
The king.
than myself. You know, I'm
Exactly,
up there
man.
with the best.
You
of the
wore
slop.
mudcocks to school
Yeah.
for several years.
I actually,
you were in.
I
grade
actually,
school.
I actually went to the library and looked up when I was 14, 15, real rain dances, and I performed real rain dances
Wow.
to make it rain. And
Remember the old form? You had an asterisk, and then you had an X with a circle around it.
That's
if there was a
right, that's
superior
right.
one. Yeah. Wow.
No, you were absolutely brilliant at that. I did want to bring up a couple of things. I love this date in sports.
Sure.
And they run it in the agate column there with some box scores that are like ancient. You're looking at, Pettit had 32 last night. Because by the time you get the New York Post, the South Florida edition, they don't have a lot of time to put the late scores in there, or even reasonable, time, ending of a game. You still won't see it in the Post. But this is from yesterday. On this day in sports, on November 17th, a couple of interesting things, not the least of which it was the anniversary of the 1968 Heidi game.
Wow.
Which is one of those things that, and we were talking about it the other day on the show, where, you remember where you were at certain times, right? When President Kennedy was shot, you remember, okay, I was in a science class, whatever. I was shocked to hear the announcement, and you remember where you were, and you remember how absolutely freaked out you were if you were on the East Coast and they blew you out for the Heidi
Yeah.
game, like nobody knew what happened. And then the Oakland Raiders scored 2 touchdowns in the final minute
that was so amazing.
to not only blow you out of the game in the win that looked like it was Lock City, although you could see it kind of before they brought Heidi up, you could see it unraveling. Right? I mean, it was one of those things where the momentum, old Mo, had swung so heavily in favor of the Raiders that you thought, well, geez, something just might be up in this one. It was kind of like the miracle at the Meadowlands when the Dolphins lost to the Jets that time when they were up like 31-3 or something.
With the Heidi game, though, the closest thing to that was years later was the Sopranos finale.
Yes.
When the screen went to black. But that was meant to be. They did that on purpose. But I said, wow, it's the Heidi game all over. What happened?
1968, that goes
And I
back
was
to,
just reading a bunch of celebrities that was watching it said, actually said they all thought their cable, something went wrong, as did I have to admit. What happened? The cable went out of speed.
This might be one of your questions, Gurgles, but in 1959, if you want to go all the way back, or as the Polyman likes to say, if you hearken back to 1959, this is quite a distinction. Syracuse's Connie Deerking.
Yes.
Was he not like a Cincinnati Royal?
He was, and he owned bowling alleys, in Cincinnati.
Did he?
Yep.
Connie Deerking. I remember him as a Cincinnati Royal.
Yeah, he had a hook shot right across the middle, big guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't do much else. He was kind of a big white stiff, but no, he wasn't. He wasn't a stiff. Is Deerking a Hall of Famer?
No.
Connie Deerking? No? Okay. And he becomes the first player to foul out of a game in the first quarter.
Wow.
In NBA history. But I think at 59, like the NBA was only 2 years old.
I'm guessing he was either Garden Russell or Wilt, maybe back then.
The Nationals beat Cincinnati, so it was neither of the above. It was C. 121-116, and a game played in New York. Syracuse Nationals. He was playing for.
Okay.
Yeah, at that time. And then
Dolph Shays, maybe.
Yeah.
Could be.
From the outside.
Yeah. All right. Dial us up if you want to play. Let's get back into the game here. And you can dial us up at 888-363-4467. 888-363-4467. This is game number 1. We have a sweeper photo, and he's already in the clubhouse with 10 points. Nobody else with a total worthy of being in the finals. 888-363-4467 on the phone lines for the Landlubbers Gift Certificate. There will be a second game of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Our next set of questions our esteemed colleague, the polyman, Paul Massell.
Football. About kickoff and punt returner extraordinaire, Deion Sanders. This special team coach said if Deion would have to play us every week, he would be working as a greeter at Walmart. Said it on your show, I believe.
Yes.
Mike Westhoff, Mike Webster, Michael Matz.
All right, let's roll the random phone scrambler there, Lubie. Good job. And we have Stalker Mike makes it onto the program. Stalker Mike, you're on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, gents. Let's go with A.
Way to go, Mike.
Right on the money once again. Stalker Mike, an excellent player.
Got a wrestling true or false. Legendary wrestler Triple H was actually trained to be a wrestler by none other than former legendary wrestler and villain Killer Kowalski.
Wow.
True or false?
What was the first wrestler's name? I didn't hear it. I'm
Triple
sorry.
H.
Triple H. I'm going to say Killer Kowalski. I'm going to say true.
True, it is.
Oh, you got
Yes,
it. Well,
yes. We
snuffed
haven't
out.
been fooling too many people on
Wow.
this program so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've been fooling people for 25 years.
You call this
I've
charade
been,
a
I've
show?
been
Yeah.
stalking you for 25
There
years.
Well,
you
that's
go.
okay,
All right.
Stalker Mike. We welcome our regular players
Glad to
here to
have
the
you.
program, especially as once again we launch, and it's amazing how people have found us no matter where. We were chased all over the radio dial. We really went from left to right on the radio dial, as Howard David used to say, which begs the magic question, as we've posed many times: how do you know what side of the field he's watching a game from? Right, that would make a big difference. But nonetheless, we love it that the people are finding us here.
Oh, the name like
on
Stalker
Ion
Mike,
Channel.
you would expect them to.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
right.
if
No
he
kidding.
couldn't find us,
That's
then
right.
we're in a lot of trouble.
Holy cow.
All right, 3-point question. Stalker Mike, give you 5, move you into second place.
Horse racing. Arad Ortiz Jr. won his 4th consecutive Bill Shoemaker Award as the top jockey during the Breeders' Cup weekend. What other jockey has 4 Shoemaker Awards?
Good question.
Johnny Velasquez, Mike Smith, Garrett Gomez, or Frankie Dettori?
Mike Smith.
Mike Smith,
I would
incorrect.
say Frankie Dettori.
Who are the other
Garrett
choices?
Gomez.
Garrett Gomez.
Garrett
the
Gomez. That
late
would have been
great.
my last
Yeah.
choice. All right, very good, Paulie, man. 5-point question coming up. Stalker Mike, give you 7, and also move you into second place.
Hoops. Kobe's dad, Jelly Bean Joe Bryant, started his career with the hometown Philadelphia 76ers, but actually was a first-round draft choice of
Ooh.
Washington Bullets, Golden State Warriors, Kansas City Kings, or Seattle Supersonics?
Let's go with Golden State.
Golden State.
Wow.
Yes.
Well
fantastic.
done. Well done.
Wow. Only Nate Thurman, man. Ended up coming up with that. Nice call there, Stalker Mike. We welcome your telephone calls for game number 1, and there will be a second game at 888-363-4467, 888-363-4467. If you'd like to play either game number 1 or game number 2 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Lubie off camera today here as we sit in front of the glorious casino at Hialeah Park is taking your telephone calls, and there will be a second game and a second chance to win a Landlubbers Gift Certificate. Don't forget about this, too. The open enrollment period to enroll or change health insurance plans started already, Paulie, man. You don't have to ask me if it's on. It's on. Started November 1st. The laws can be confusing and even a little bit frightening. They can get scary, folks. So don't do it alone. At HST Insurance, you can speak with a licensed agent free of charge. Call today and make an informed decision. Not calling could cost you a lot of money. Don't delay. Procrastination doesn't work in this spot, which is why I'm so happy about this HST thing. Call today at 855-282-8022. That's 855-282-8022 for HST Insurance and all their good advice on the plans. All right, game is heating up. We have Photo with 10, and we have Stalker Mike with 7. You can jump on board if you'd like to play at 888-363-4467 here on Ion Channel. The continuation of game number 1 now, our next set of questions with the great Dave Gurgles Gurgley.
Easy baseball. This longtime Yankee great, when asked on it about his pregame preparation, said, not much. I usually take a 2-hour nap from 1 to 4 every day. Was that Yogi Berra, Oscar Barrera, Alex Quintera, or Jorge Tejera?
Let's
Call
roll
me
the
now.
random phone scrambler here and select our next player. Looks to me like Stalker. No, Jerry the Driver. Stalker Mike just played. Jerry the Driver. You're on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Hello, Jerry.
Hey, good morning, guys. Just got out of the trunk. Just woke up and came out of the trunk.
We haven't heard from Lenny yet here on the program. As he's known as the chronic perennial champion here on the show. All right, Jerry, you have 1 point. You're in the game.
All right, Jerry, true or false? Boxing. According to CBS 4 News, right here in Miami, Mike Tyson told a standing room only crowd at Wonderland Miami, dubbed the largest psychedelic medicine event, that psychedelics have saved his life. True or false?
Tyson, true.
It is true. That is true, as a matter of fact. Wow.
Doc Ellis, same thing, man. Pitched a no-hitter there while he was doing bladder acid. So, would qualify also. All right, 2 for 2. Jerry, going for 5 here on the show.
All right, baseball, Jerry. Which of the following pitchers hit a home run on the first pitch he ever faced in the majors? The very first pitch. Hoyt Wilhelm, Greg Maddux, Rick Wise, or Adam Wainwright?
Let's go with A.
No,
I'm going to say
Wilhelm
Rick
did
Wise.
hit one. No, Adam Wainwright, May 24th versus the Giants in 2006.
Rick Wise also the answer to another great trivia question. Who started Game 2 of the doubleheader on Father's Day
Jim Bunning
in
had to-
1964 when Jim Bunning pitched the perfect game? The answer, Rick Wise.
There you go. All
There
right,
it
well,
is. He was a good hitting pitcher, though.
he hit
Yeah.
two home runs that time, I think, in a grand slam. All right, 5
Going for 7 points here, Jerry the Driver. This would tie you for second with Stalker Mike.
Jerry, which of the following players returned a kickoff 105 yards for a touchdown in his first ever professional football game? Mel Gray, Mercury Morris, Bob Hayes, or Tamarick Vanover?
Let's go with Mercury Morris.
Mercury Morris,
correct.
against
Nice
Cincinnati
job.
Bengals in 1969.
All right, very good. Jerry the Driver scores 7 points. Stalker Mike has 7,
What
so a dead
plays
heat right
today,
now
yeah, wow.
for second place. Jump on board if you'd like to play. 888-363-4467, 888-363-4467. Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. We're going to continue game number 1 in just a few moments here, and then we will have a second game for you. Right here on ION Channel. Glad you guys are finding us here. 888-363-4467 if you'd like to play. And in addition to winning a great prize, you also, as we say, have the ability to say a crowning achievement of my one win if you happen to be a solo winner on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Hialeah Park, great things going on. As we mentioned, check the calendar at hialeahpark.com. They have all kinds of special events on tap, a lot of good stuff for the holidays. We're always doing charitable things in the community, too. That's part of the spirit there at Hialeah Park. And then Frank Fiore, I mean, this guy really is the Bob Arum of South Florida when it comes to putting on great boxing matches and cards. Working in conjunction with the great people there at Warriors Boxing for many triumphant cards in the past, including some upsets, right? Remember our guy, Jean Pascal, scored a big upset there at Hialeah Park. And who was the guy? This was a light heavyweight you were touting that had fought at Magic City, who had kind of an Arabic name. And I actually did some work with the guy, and a very nice guy, but got knocked out by Jean Pascal that night. And he went on to win championships after that. So it kind of triggered a big comeback in his career. That's the kind of stuff that happens, magical stuff on these boxing cards at Hialeah Park. So you're going to love it. If you're a boxing fan, it's a great venue for it also outside there. Just absolutely beautiful and great view from just about any seat in the house, even all the way to back row. I mean, I like being in a nosebleed for some of these events, and you get to get the whole pulse of the crowd. So tremendous venue. Check it out at hialeahpark.com for information about the upcoming boxing events there that they plan on staging. I think, it's always optimistic with boxing that this will be the beginning of an ongoing trend. At least we hope so.
Beautiful.
Sports wagering coming, the special session. I don't know if it decided anything on that. But nobody here needs to get a vaccine. Why would you bother, right? To try and wipe out this disease.
One thing I think we should throw out with our number 1-888-363-4467 for all of our local guys and our regulars, we ought to give them a half a point for anybody that they refer that calls in from out of state that uses their name. So why not spread the word nationally?
Our first call on the show when we reconfigured the thing here on ION Channel was from Tennessee, and my
Wow.
good friend Barry. 888-363-4467 on the phone lines. We're coming back with more of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge in a moment. Now that it's time to pick up the pace, decide game number one.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo, Gambling Gourmet, here for my friends at Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. You know them. It's been there for over 70 years, 2500 Griffin Road there in Dania, Fort Lauderdale. It's an institution. They've got great steaks, seafood chops, great bar, friendly vibe, good drinks, good food. And they also have a butcher shop. So if you don't want to eat in, you could take the best steaks that you want home, grill them yourself. Tropical Acres Steakhouse, they're open every day except Sunday. Go there and tell them Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, sent you.
The championship meet is right around the corner at Gulfstream Park. The only place for live racing, Gulfstream's action has never been hotter. Whether it's on the track, in the casino, or part of the dining and entertainment offered at the Village of Gulfstream Park. Currently running Thursday through Sunday, Gulfstream's racing package is the best in the country, with all the top horses and people in the game pointing towards another tremendous winter season. Check out the remodeled first floor casino, open 7 days and nights a week, along with the many special events and concerts happening at Gulfstream Park. You can place your wagers from anywhere at firstbet.com. Check the calendar of events at gulfstreampark.com. Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Since day one of Old School, we've had Catholic Health Services be part of our family. They are recognized as the quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes, because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat, 24/7. Catholic Health Services.
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy, with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen.
The world, I mean, if my point was ever going to be embellished and going to be proven true, the world has got him a sugar knife.
Grab a bagel and a schmear, plus some Defo and Lubie. Welcome back to the Defo Show.
Having a great time with you here on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge as we come to you from right in front of the glorious casino there at Hialeah Park. Absolutely fantastic. Doors open up at 9 o'clock for the casino, open till 3 a.m. on the weekdays, 5 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. It's always rocking in there, and you can have yourself a good time across many, many fronts at Hialeah Park. Just looking around on the grounds there, you feel like you've stepped off the face of the earth and into some kind of utopian-like atmosphere. And Dennis Testa doing a great job with that. And then the casino's always hopping. Nice vibe in there. Yeah, you know, when you go into a casino and it feels like you're in a morgue, right? And the guy greets you at the door and says, Would you like a little bit of free play to get yourself started? You know, it looks like a mortician. You're thinking, why am I coming in here to play? I know it's just ringing death. It has the casino, has like skull and crossbones hanging from just about every angle there. At least you can envision them. You go into Hialeah, man, hopping. You've been in there, man. The atmosphere is just absolutely fantastic. So you're in there with a shot to win, and that's what it's all about. Champion simulcasting room. You have Aqueduct. You were the king of the inner dirt course, were you not at one time, Paulie, man, at Aqueduct? No, I mean, like the slop, inner dirt, it was all over for you. I mean, you were going to be a winner every time. But Champion Simulcasting, great place to punch away on the ponies at Hialeah Park. And, of course, you have the poker room there and all kinds of great food and drink opportunities, catering special events, including the Larry Little Golf Tournament.
Right.
And I think we're going to do a special edition of the program in conjunction with that. So that'll be a lot of fun.
That's tournament's December 4th. December 3rd will be up in the Citation Room.
Yeah.
The great...
a lot of celebrities on that one.
Sam
Who are
Jones
some
is
of your
coming
favorites
back.
there? Yeah, Sam Jones, of course, great.
Elvin Bethea, one of my all-time favorites from the old Houston Oilers, who the Dolphins stole the fight song from. Dwight Stevenson, I'm not sure.
What a stupid song to steal, too. I mean, it's like the dumbest... of all themes for any team I think I've ever heard, right?
Especially when they say we march down the field and score a touchdown, they play it after a field goal. I don't quite understand that.
We take the ball. It was amended recently. We take the ball from 20 to 20 like no one's ever seen. And then we kick a field goal. Man,
Larry Little, Leroy Kelly comes in for that. What a classy guy, too. Yeah, so that's December 4th at Chula. December 3rd will be the big party at Hialeah Park.
My favorite thing to do is grab a drink at the bar there and, say, hey, Merc, how you doing?
Yeah.
And then they're just concluding, like the flowers are in the punch when Merc finishes off his first comment. It's absolutely great. All right, we're ready for the finals here of game number 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. There will be a second game, and you can dial us up if you want to get involved here at 888-363. 4467 888-363-4467. I do want to tell you this, too, because very important, this health insurance thing. Very, very important. Open enrollment began November 1st. HST Insurance, they understand how confusing, I am confused, my friends, this time can be. So they can help you navigate your options, whether you're looking for yourself or for a policy for your family. They have a plan for you designed specifically for your needs. Their trusted advisors can find a plan that meets your needs specifically. Call today, 855-282-8022. That's 855-282-8022. All right, ready for the finals of game number 1. We're going to decide the championship between Photo, who, wow, I mean, you talk about sprinting right to the lead.
Yes.
He stepped on the gas right away, never looked back, 10 points, and swept the board there coming out of the chute. And then we had a spinoff. Have we conducted that, Lubie? The spinoff has been conducted between Stalker Mike and Jerry the Driver, who each had 7 points. And the winner in that competition was Jerry the Driver. He got the draw. That was weird, too, in that trial. Are you a follower of trials, Paulie, man? I think you have an interest in news events. But the kid in Kenosha,
Rittenhouse.
Yeah, so, I mean, it looked like the post-position draw for the Derby when he was picking the jurors. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They had like a little pillbox, and they go, Corniche, 5-hole, Bob Baffert, 3-5. I mean, the guy even put like a morning line on the thing. It was kind of crazy, but nonetheless, the winning draw was Jerry the Driver here. Paulie Man is going to fire off a question. Call out your name, guys, if you'd like to answer right away. Nobody answers right away. We offer multiple choice. The first person to call out his name gets first chance, and we go back and forth until we have a winner. So for the championship of game number 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, the Paulie Man, Paul Massell.
Boxing. Muhammad Ali debuted his alley shuffle versus what fighter or versus
Ooh.
Good
Anybody?
question. Good question.
Photo? Jerry the Driver? All right, here are the choices.
Carl Mildenberger, Brian London, Cleveland Williams, or Joe Bugner?
Photo.
Jerry the Driver.
Photo got in first.
Photo.
Buckner.
Incorrect. 3 left for Jerry the Driver.
Carl Mildenberger, Brian London, or Cleveland Williams?
Let's go with Cleveland Williams.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cleveland or Truth Williams, right? Yeah.
Very nice.
Wow.
Cleveland
Very.
Williams had a rough run then. Remember, 6 months or 9 months previous, a state trooper shot him in the stomach.
Wow.
And he got shot in the
Oh,
stomach.
yeah.
And,
Wow. That was some era of boxing, though. There were a lot of
and-
tough guys out
And
there.
then he had to contend with the alley shuffle. Oh,
Wow.
man.
Yeah, that was the thing of beauty the first time he did it, right? I mean, you're just looking in total amazement, man. What a character, huh? Unbelievable. I remember watching him on the Gillette Fight of the Week. Was that the Cleveland Williams fight
Wow.
that he had that kind of launched him into the championship? About with listening. I can't remember. He fought. It might have been Cleveland Williams was the fight before. So anyway, if I'm making that up, you can challenge us on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge.
Still remember, I was at the Golden Glove. It was so long ago. My father was still alive. We were at the say the Golden Gloves.
Yeah.
Was the Golden Gloves, I believe. We were at Sunnyside Garden watching the fights, and a little old man, must have been 90 years old at the time, said, "I'm going to tell you what fighter to watch, son." And he said, out of Chicago, even though he was out of Kentucky,
right?
The Chicago Golden Gloves. Remember, they would fight
Sure.
in the New York.
Yep,
winners.
regional.
And
Yeah.
he told me Cassius Clay.
No
Remember that
kidding.
name?
Wow.
Remember that name, boy. Talk about touting a good one.
Unbelievable speed the guy had, hand and foot speed. Nobody ever did anything like him. And then the little dodging of the head there, very Roberto Duran-esque, my friend. All right, dial us up if you want to play game number 2. 888-363-4467. We're going to start that in just a few minutes here on the program. 888-363-4467 for game number 2 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge from the Spectrum, I guess you would call it, of Hialeah Park and their beautiful casino, which they thought John Brunetti Sr. was, a little bit loopy when he said he was going to do this. What? You're bringing back Hialeah Park? And then look what happened here. I want to say about 7 years now in operation and doing a tremendous job. And everybody's happy when they come in, and they're happy when they leave because they get treated right at Hialeah Park. Now, you might want to, line up a cigar, Dave Gurgles Gurgly, if you're lucky enough to either win this game, and we happen to send you one, or if you're a big winner at Hialeah Park or anywhere else for that matter, or even if you just like a good cigar, Perdomo Cigar is the way to go.
If you're one of the folks that likes Hialeah Park like I do, you can either go out facing the track, look at the flamingos, or you can go out the back door, face the citation statue, and face the walking ring, and just sit back and have a nice Perdomo cigar. You don't have to be at Hialeah Park to do it, but it's a great combination. You can do it at home. And you say, well, what kind of cigars do they have? Well, too vast to tell you about. The best way to do it is go online, www.perdomocigars.com, or go right to Nick Perdomo's store right at 5150 Northwest 167th Street. He's got a huge sectional couch. Usually there's about 10 or 12 people in there enjoying Perdomo cigars, watching a big screen TV. Lauren, Nick Jr.'s wife, is there. Nick Jr. now the 4th generation Perdomo, making these great cigars, perfect, one at a time. Cuban seed tobacco grown at Nicaragua Farm by Perdomo. 305-627-6700, the number to call. www.perdomocigars.com, the website to visit. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Go by, tell them we sent you, and they'll take good care of you like they do with all their customers. So today, next week, anytime after Thanksgiving, you want to get away from the family, sneak out in the Florida room, put a great Perdomo cigar in your humidor, and put a couple in your pocket as well. Perdomo cigars, they make them perfect one at a time.
Real Horatio Alger story, man.
Yeah.
Perdomo. Started out, he's rolling cigars out of the trunk of his car, man.
Yeah. It was an air traffic controller, resigned it to take over the family business.
Fantastic job by him. And then next thing you know, he evolves into one of the leading cigar manufacturers and
in
makers
the world.
Anywhere, as Jimmy Lennon Sr. used to say, the world over.
That's right.
All right, game number 2 on tap here of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. The open phone lines are at 888-363-4467. Lubie very generously has squeezed another gift certificate out of the great Alex Dufresne and Landlubbers Restaurant, where Lubie claims he was born on the back room there at Landlubbers Restaurant many years ago. He's been going there his entire life. At least that is his claim in the commercial, and I believe him to be factual on that, because you would want to go there. It's absolutely a great place, family place also. And if you're a sports fan, Dufresne's like you two guys when you're operating as in your various roles as concierge of television sets and screens on big sporting days like NFL Sundays. This guy's a maniac on this stuff because he has action on everything. You're watching Chippewa State against Northern Illinois Tech in women's field hockey, and he says, I laid 3 goals with the Chippewas. And you're like, what? And that's up on a screen there at Landlubbers Restaurant. So you'll enjoy it. I always love going over there. I know Lubie is a huge fan there of the chicken wings, garlic parmesan. I think he was the first He went almost like Anthony Bourdain on this and came up with the garlic Parmesan chicken wing. And a lot of people were like, what the hell are you talking about, Sufreen? And boom, it took off like wildfire, man. You can't get enough of those. So, Landlubbers, another gift certificate to be given away here on On Channel. And once again, too, I want to remind everybody, because very important here, this whole health insurance issue and trying to identify the most affordable health insurance plan. What? You have everybody hawking it now. Joe Willie, George Foreman, Theismann had to get on board on that and get a piece of that action. So anybody who ever had a career, no matter how far in the distant past it was, that had even a semblance of fame. I'm surprised Selleck hasn't jumped on the bandwagon trying to sell this insurance. Let's face it, though, finding health insurance can be complicated. HST Insurance can help, whether you're looking for yourself or you're looking for a policy for your family. They have a plan designed for you. Their trusted advisors can find a plan that meets your specific needs. Call today, 855-282-8022, 855-282-8022, and take care of those insurance needs once and for all. All right, we can assure you this. Game 2, going to be very exciting here of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Dial us up, 888-363-4467, 888-363-4467. Lubie's taking your calls. Dave Gurgles, Gurgley, the Polyman Palmacell. I'm Jeff Deforrest. Of course, Jack and Brad, On Channel, Amy. Tremendous job putting this whole thing together. And running very, I hate to jinx it, right? Because it's running too smoothly. Something like a light has to fall from the ceiling at some point here just to, ensure us, once again, speaking of insurance, that it was one of our projects. But going very, very well. We thank all the people here at On Channel. Dial us up if you want to play, and we'll be back with game number 2 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge in a moment. Now it's time to get this game started.
Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way. With distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities, Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not, because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
Recently, we realized it's not just hurricane season that can hurt us. Any time of year, things can happen to your home or business. And the insurance company can be your friend, but they also can be your enemy. Horizon Public Adjusters, Justina Testa, are here for you to help this process go so much easier. Before you call the insurance company, call Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa at 954-809-8752. Would you go into court without an attorney? So why would you go up against an insurance company without Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa? 7 to 10 times more money recovered with a public adjuster than if you went on your own. If there's no recovery, there's no fee. Give them a call at 954-809-8752. Why go up against insurance companies alone? You can have Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa on your side.
Play the ponies in style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine foods served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style. And you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette, in Hialeah Park's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Hialeah Park.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers, Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Hey, it's the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo here for my friends at Shenanigans Sports Pubs. You know them. They're great for wings, burgers, barbecue, and there's 2 locations. The original is right at TY Park, Sheridan Street and Park Road in Hollywood. The second location, the east side, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. My friend Patrick, he knows how to get it done. It's a great family-friendly atmosphere. All the big sporting events, NFL Sundays, go there. Their wings are legendary. The Shack and Grilled wings, I love them. Late night dining, daily drink specials, it's all there. Outdoor dining, go to Shenanigans and tell them Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, sent you.
Are we all in stable but critical condition? Is that the way all life is, Lubie? In a
like
general, more figurative sense? Would you say you're in stable but critical condition? I believe you are right now.
Probably.
On the threshold of getting married in the early portion of 2021. Don't you think it's a little soon, kid? You barely notice woman. What are you
We've
doing?
been together 4 years.
Well, I guess you know enough.
How much longer do you want her to put up with me?
Is it you that's pushing for this?
It's equal. We're both very happy and in love. It's very gross.
Oh, my God. I mean, it's a foreign concept. You have to understand where I'm coming from. 0 for 2 with a walk. And, right now I think I got a 3-2 count and then marriage from 3. But, and only because of the benefit of a really poor call on a ball that was clearly right down the middle of the plate. You know, one of those Angel Hernandez calls. Get out of here.
Enjoy your trip to work with lots of laughs thanks to Defo and Lubie. Now on the Defo Show.
Welcome back to the show. About to start game number 2 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge on this edition of the program. And once again, here on Ion Channel, ionchannel.com. Just Google the Defo Show. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do, people. If you can tell your friends about what's going on here on the program, we certainly appreciate that as it's starting to pick up a little bit of steam. And certainly, in terms of production value, you would have to say that Jack Namer and his people here, Amy, Ion Channel, man, they have gone to great extremes to try and amplify the show to the point where maybe someday we get consideration for what? For I remember when we lost out to that woman that was making matzo balls for the best
Mama
show on
Gold.
Saturday.
Yeah, Mama Gold.
How the hell did she beat us out, man? You know what? I would imagine there was some illegal campaign
Yeah,
funding.
Look at the size of the matzo ball.
She could cook. She could cook, yeah.
She was something, yeah. So we're happy to have found a new home here, Ion Channel. It's just absolutely fantastic. And Gergels was thinking literally he was Fellini saying, there are all kinds of possibilities for what can happen here. It's like Ziegfeld himself.
I'm in
never had so many
negotiations right
ideas.
now to get Prevagen as a sponsor, but I forgot their number.
I don't know about eating a jellyfish. I mean, I'm not sure if that was the case. That really worked. And Diana Nyad will never forget a thing, right? After she swam all the way from Havana with a jellyfish on her head like a yarmulke. All right, game 2, Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge on tap here on Ion Channel. You can jump on board if you'd like to play at 888-363-4467, 888-363-4467. Before we get started on a game, though, Paulie, man, I know. And you're very excited about this. And you're not always the most excitable at this stage of your life, but very excited about this. Highlight and what is happening there at Magic City Casino. And as we said before, I mean, you respect people that are willing to go out on a limb. Like our man Jack over here. You know, come in here, I meet the guy. He's probably thinking, who is this fool? And the next thing you know, here we are. We're going across the world and making, big strides in even countries on the other side. On different continents. It's going great. So, you got to take a chance. So here's Scott Savin, and he just rolls the dice on something that sounded like eccentric. At best, you were thinking this man has lost part of his mind, but it turned out great. The highlight, he's revived a game that everybody loved here in South Florida.
It really has, and the play has been just outstanding. And the smaller court, the game plays so fast, it's unbelievable, and These guys have just gotten so good. Just quickly, as people know already, most likely he went out and grabbed ex-athletes, a lot of athletes that never played highlight before.
Some punter, all of a sudden, he's trying to throw
put the
a ball with
basket
his
on
sister,
him, and that was it. And they really, really tremendous athletic ability, tremendous reflexes, and they become great players. And especially on this court, little home field advantage because the game is so much faster with the shorter court. And so again, 3 days left of this season: Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday, and 3 players vying for the top spot for the yearly win, with the great Douglas on top by 2. And then it'll come back either sometime in January, the winter season, and then the full season. And we'll be having players from Dania Hialeah and also joining the roster. So really something to look forward to. And I was just saying, I think I said earlier, right, on the Hialeah, I believe it's on the Highlight channel on TikTok, they ended up with 50,000 followers.
Wow.
After 1 week, and 7 million views and 1 million likes. So
wow.
The game maybe is ready to take
The
off.
court is kind of like a pickleball version of Highlight.
Yes.
Interesting way.
And a lot of people like that, right?
Really
smaller
makes
version
it,
of a tennis court. Although I always liked, the paddle ball on the beach there. I don't know if they had that.
Yeah.
More of a West Coast thing, I think, than East Coast. But this pickleball is really taken off in staggering proportions, my friends. All right, set for game number 2 here, Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. We have Dave Gurgles Gurgley, the Polyman Paul Massell. I'm Jeff Deforrest, and happy to be with you on ION Channel. You can jump on board if you'd like to play at 888-363-4467. 888-363-4467. What do you think, guys? You are ready to get game number 2 started?
Absolutely.
So we'll come right back to our esteemed colleague, co-founder of the game, and once again proving that desperation can often be the mother of invention, the Polyman Paul Massell.
Easy baseball. This famous playwright once said, "Who exactly is this baby Ruth? And what exactly does she do?"
That was Carlos Correa, I think, said that. Yeah.
George Bernard Shaw, George Goebel, George Jetson, or George from the Jungle?
All right, Lubie, stir up the scrambler there to select our next player. And we have Nick. Nick, you're on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge here on ION Channel. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Defo. A.
A is correct. Good job. That is correct, right? A. All right.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right, very good.
Football, true or false? Cleveland Brown running back Nick Chubb, besides being a football standout in high school, was a top runner, 100-meter and 200-meter track star, and actually also, of all things, won a state title in the shot put. True or false?
True.
That
is true.
Wow.
Never would have got that one.
What a versatile athlete. Shot put, not easy, right?
No.
Did you ever try that, Polyman?
No, never did.
Never threw the shot? I could see that, though. You would have been good at it, though. Slow pitch softball was your game, so you were an underhanded thrower. All right, 2 for 2, going for 5.
Hoops. Only 3 players that did not play the backcourt had over 200 steals in a single season. Who of the following did
Not.
Kevin McHale, Scottie Pippen, Rick Barry, or Hakeem Olajuwon?
Hakeem.
Hakeem,
Say Rick
incorrect.
Barry.
No, it was Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale makes sense.
All right, going for 7 points here, Nick, and this would obviously put you in a good spot.
Football. Of the following former football defensive stars, of the following, who caused the most forced fumbles?
Okay, good question.
Forced fumbles. Richard Dent, Bruce Smith, Derek Thomas, or Jason Taylor?
Jason Taylor.
That's what I would have said.
Wow,
Yes,
yeah,
they both would have been right.
I think he's 4th all
Slip
time.
that in there as D, just to
Wow.
kind of surprise the guy a little bit, Polyman. Very cleverly placed answer selection there. Nick with 7. So we've had good players on the program
Wow.
today. You can jump on board at 888-363-4467, 888-363-4467. This was from yesterday again. This one struck me a little bit also. Things that happened this date in sports. Yesterday, November 17th, was the anniversary in 1990 David Klingler of Houston. Remember how
Yeah.
high he got?
Yeah, he threw.
He threw an NCAA record 11 touchdown passes as the Cougars trounced Eastern Michigan 84-21.
Yeah.
So this guy was still in the game there. I mean, you don't think that the Houston coach had the over in that ball game? I mean, they end up scoring 105 combined in that contest.
Wow.
Klingler completes 41 of 58 passes.
Holy cow.
They're up 60, and he's still throwing a football there. Holy Aaron Parsegian. He was screaming from the grave, I would imagine. 572 yards and ties the NCAA record for touchdown passes in a season with 47. That happened in 1990. Does that not, kind of seem like a bit of a disgrace, though, that 84-20 and the guy's still throwing touchdown passes? I mean, what the hell was that? Were they just trying to, shovel a Heisman into his arms? I would think so. All right, very good. We have Nick with 7. Open lines, 888-363-4467, 888-363-4467. We pick up the pace here in game number 2 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge on ION channel with the great Dave Gurgles Gurgley.
Boxing. This sports writer on Howard Cosell's criticism of boxing and saying he was going to quit said, saying that Howard Cosell quit commentating on boxing because it's sleazy. It's like saying Nixon quit politics because it's crooked. Paul Jaref, Paul Giamatti, John Giacatti, or Pavarotti.
All right, let me spin that scrambler. Select our next player. Coach, one of the fabled players of all time, joins us here on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Coach, welcome to the show. You're on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Hello.
Go Gators!
Boy.
Yeah, they're in disarray right now, are they not?
Yeah, they stink like all these teams over here. That's all right.
42 points to Samford in the first half. And,
Wow.
They had Dan Mullen's contract in the shredder over there. Even I would imagine Mick Hubert was exhausted.
Yeah. Lucky it wasn't Sanford and Son. They'd have beat him.
I think that
Yeah, if the kid had showed up.
can take them teams. Right.
They did win the game by like 20-something, and I think covered a very fat spread. No, I don't know. I would imagine that went up in smoke if you laid the points with the Gators in that game. All right, you have 1 point, Coach. You're going for 2.
All right, Coach, football, true or false? In addition to TB12, Tom Brady also owns a multimedia company called 199 Productions. True or false?
Let's go with true.
Yeah.
It is true.
199 being the number he was drafted at, as a matter of fact.
Very nice. Wow.
Okay, football.
That was one of my questions, by the way.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Was that out of the post again? Did you bring another clipping? All right.
I got all of this stuff from yesterday.
Football. Which of the following NFL receivers with a minimum of 10 years played?
Did not.
That's not correct. By the
Okay.
way. All right, let's start again without Mo and Larry. All right. Which of the following NFL receivers with a minimum of 10 years had more career tackles than drop passes?
Wow.
Mike Quick, Boyd Dowler, Larry Fitzgerald, or Lance Allworth?
That's a tough one.
Fitzgerald.
That's right. Wasn't that
Wow.
tough? 39 tackles and only 29 drop passes.
Could this be
Well, let's find out.
our second sweeper of the morning?
Speaking of going back into the post, this was last week's question, but 25 years ago, Hall of Famer Andre Dawson hit his 438th and final home run in a Marlins uniform against the Astros. Who was the pitcher that gave it up to him?
Good question.
Wow.
Greg Swindell, Darryl Kyle, Danny Darwin, or Xavier Hernandez?
Kyle.
No, Xavier
Wow,
Hernandez.
you said that with certainty.
The other X-Man.
All right, Coach, don't go far. You may end up qualifying for the finals here. Game number 2, Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. We have Nick with 7 and Coach with 5. We'll try and get in some more players if we can at 888-363-4467, 888-363-4467. If you'd like to join us here on the show, don't forget to stop by Hialeah Park. Doors, I can feel the wind, the draft there, as they just about to open the doors at Hialeah Park, 9 a.m. They get the casino open up, and the machines are red hot. They're just absolutely smoking there. Steve Calabro wouldn't have it any other way. And he's well respected in the game for a lot of reasons, because he's one of those people that realizes that the customers have to feel happy. They have to feel like they're in there with a shot to win. So you have to have people win. And so he's got the machines calibrated in a fashion that people are very, very satisfied with. You're always in there with a shot, and you can drink a shot. And if you have
go there for breakfast at the Flamingo Lounge.
Yeah.
There, they've got a great omelet downstairs, right there where the casino.
Yeah, and you can drink a shot with your breakfast also,
There
and
you go.
then plunge away in a champion simulcasting room, play poker all day, all night, like our good friend NASCAR Roger, and just have yourself a blast and knock yourself out in the beautiful casino at Hialeah Park. 3 a.m. on the weekdays, 5 a.m. on the weekends, Friday and Saturday. Champions open Thursday through Sunday. Polyman, the king of the aqueduct dinner, especially in the slop, and that aqueduct meat is on, and they have kind of an early post time too, which Gurgles.
Yeah.
Is among my favorite things in life. If I had to add a line into the song, my favorite things, it would be early post times at
Yes.
Champions. Hialeah Park. Make plans to visit there. We mentioned a lot of special events, and you can find out all about them. The Larry Little Golf Tournament and all the things associated with that. The big dinner. That banquet's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It always is.
And your own Tony Segreto, the MC.
Tony is just a masterful MC. The man is, got the spirit of Miami in his soul, and he really brings it out there, bringing on all these great former Dolphins and guys from around the league. A lot of Hall of Famers in there.
Well, with a little bit of luck, we'll see the lovely and talented one, Leslie Visser, there, maybe.
I would imagine, and possibly
getting
even
a photo
Duke.
with her great friend Sam Jones.
And Lubie, you'll see him slobbered over the buffet there. Yeah, they said it was time to get up there, right? As the guys put in the last chafing dish down. Is that the codfish? Okay. No, Lubie will be there also, I would think, at the Larry Little dinner. So we're looking forward to that. Frank Fiore, a big supporter of ours, many, many years, marketing director there, does a fine job. Got the El Boxeo coming up. Watch for that, too. That's going to be a lot of fun at beautiful Hialeah Park. All right, we'll decide the champion of game number 2. The Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge on this fine Thursday, a special Thanksgiving edition of the program here today, and we're hoping everybody has a great Turkey Day as well. Always a tremendous tradition around the Deforrest household. My dad, a great cook, and everybody liked coming over, even if they never spoke to us the rest of the year. It was always great. All right, we're coming back with more here on Eye On Channel in just a moment to decide game number 2 of the challenge. Now that it's time to pick a winner.
Since day one of Old School, we've had Catholic Health Services be part of our family. They are recognized as the quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat 24/7. Catholic Health Services.
Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When I like to eat well, I love going to Cafe Seville in Fort Lauderdale. It's gambling gourmet approved. They're at 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. They're a Fort Lauderdale perennial. They've been there since the 80s. Joey Esposito and his better half, Sally, they've been running the joint for the better part of 2 decades. It's cozy, it's comfy, and they've got the best in Spanish and continental cuisine. They've got paella, they've got shrimp with garlic sauce. They've got this stuffed veal chop that's fantastic. It's open every day except Sunday for dinners at 5 o'clock. Go to Cafe Seville on East Oakland Park Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale and tell them the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo, sent you.
The championship meet is right around the corner at Gulfstream Park. The only place for live racing, Gulfstream's action has never been hotter. Whether it's on the track, in the casino, or part of the dining and entertainment offered at the village of Gulfstream Park. Currently running Thursday through Sunday, Gulfstream's racing package is the best in the country, with all the top horses and people in the game pointing towards another tremendous winter season. Check out the remodeled first floor casino, open 7 days and nights a week, along with the many special events and concerts happening at Gulfstream Park. You can place your wagers from anywhere at firstbet.com. Check the calendar of events at gulfstreampark.com. Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen.
Winning pick threes, doubles and exactas and trifecta keys, overs and unders and long gambling flings. These are a few of my favorite things. Bookies and loan sharks who charge little Jews, parlays and long shots and wins by the cues, blackjack and roulette and pairs of pocket kings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Natalie Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen.
The modern day odd couple, Defo and Lubie, are on now. It is, of course, the Defo Show.
I guess you expect.
Beautiful voice on that woman. Natalie Rodriguez did a fine job of Degenerate Favorite Things, which I thought was destined for a Grammy, at least a mention somewhere around the Music Awards show, but nothing. Even with that big voice, could have won on The Voice or American Idol. Natalie Rodriguez ended up in news for some reason. All right, we're ready to contest the finals here of game number 2 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, and it's been a pleasure being with you all morning long here. And we have Coach versus Nick. That's coming up, that battle. Don't forget too, and this is very important because you're going to be stuffing your face for the holidays, and who knows what that can lead to. I mean, overeating, it's never a good thing. So you want to make sure that your health insurance is intact. That's very important. You might be stressed out with the in-laws. Make sure that you have the proper health insurance coverage. The open enrollment period and the ability to enroll or change health insurance plans started November 1st. And the laws can be very confusing and even scary. Nobody knows what to do. Nobody can tell you. Everybody's got advice. You want to go to the experts. So don't do it alone. Go to HST Insurance, and you can speak with a licensed agent free of charge. There's no juice on this. Call today and make an informed decision. And not calling could cost you a lot of money because then you end up at the last second getting something. I need it now. Call today, 855-282-8022. That's 855-282-8022 for HST Insurance. All right, we're set for the finals here. And this was an interesting matchup and looms to be a big challenge here to conclude this week's edition of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Nick versus Coach. And guys, here's what's going to happen. Gurgles is going to fire off a question. Call out your name if you'd like to answer. If nobody answers right away, we'll offer multiple choice. The first person to call out his name gets first chance. We go back and forth until we have a winner here on Ion Channel for the championship of game number 2 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Here is the great Dave Gurgles Gurgley.
Good luck, guys. Sports. Brooks Robinson, the Hall of Famer and great third baseman for the Orioles, was also quite a basketball player. In fact, upon graduation from high school, he was offered a full scholarship to play basketball at what college?
Wow. Anybody? Okay, here's multiple choice.
Was it University of Missouri, Loyola, DePaul, or University of Arkansas?
Coach.
Missouri. Missouri. Incorrect. 3 left for Nick.
Nick, was it Loyola, DePaul, or University of Arkansas?
DePaul.
Incorrect. 2 left for the coach.
Coach, was it Loyola or University of Arkansas?
Let's go with Arkansas.
Yes. The Hogs.
Coach, a winner. Nice job, Coach.
Finally.
Coach takes down the championship of game number 2 here on Ion Channel and wins outright a Landlubbers Gift Certificate, which he's very familiar with, and takes down yet another title. I think that's got to put him in contention with the great late Bernie Coleman. Did Bernie check out? I think he did. Bernie Coleman, perennial champion here on the show. Gonzo, huh? All right, but anyway, so his number is one that, once it's eclipsed, he's not going to be able to launch a comeback like Brady
I don't know.
It's
a toll-free number.
That's right. You can reach us and see us anywhere.
Yeah, who knows with Bernie? We dropped him in shark-infested waters.
Yes.
That's right.
And who knew he was a hemophiliac? I mean, speaking of HST Insurance, thank God we had coverage there for the liabilities that come about as a result of running a major quiz show like this one. Hey, thanks to the people at Hialeah Park. Always a pleasure. Just a great team down there, the Brunettis, for all of their support over the years and their continued support of this program as we grow into a whole new MO here with Ion Channel and Jack Namer and Brad and Amy and their fine group of people here putting this together for us. Mike Lubitz, excellent job there on the sidelines today producing the show. For Dave Gargles Gargley, the Polyman Paul Massell, I'm Jeff Deforrest. We'll see you tomorrow with our Degenerate Friday edition of the Defo Show here on Ion Channel as we leave you now that it's time to go.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Look what they done to my soul.